Can you guess who sent you messages on NGL app? So yeah, if you received any messages, you can go to your inbox and then you can see just a message. So this is how it looks like. So something like that. And yeah, so that's what you see. You don't see any additional message, nothing. You just see this message, who sent this. So to see that, you need to upgrade to Pro membership, and it says Pro members can see exclusive hints on each message. But it's pretty expensive, so Pro renews for $9.99 per week. So if you tap, you will need to upgrade for $9.99 per week on the app. Yeah, so that's pretty expensive. That's per week, not per month. But what the reviews are saying, there are a lot of people who are actually upgraded. And then if you just see here some of the reviews, you can see that the hint is not really worth it sometimes. I think it's worth it, but in specific situations. So usually what the hint says is just advises you on which phone model and from which city. So for example, it can tell you, user on iPhone from New York sent use this message, or some like on Android from London or something like that. So if you have a lot of friends in these cities, it will be super hard to identify who exactly what that was. So yeah, don't expect a lot to see from this hint, but it just depends where you share this link. So for example, on Instagram, you can share the link just to your close friends. So maybe you have like 5 close friends and you share your Instagram story only to them. And like, of these 5 friends, only one lives in London. So in this case, for example, like this hint can be helpful. But if you share it like to 50 friends, it will be really hard to identify just by a hint. So how do I know like how many friends seen this were participating and seen this message? You can just go to Instagram, and if you shared your Instagram story, you can see in story activity, you can see who viewed the story. So for example, you can see that 50 people viewed the story. So only one of those people ideally should have sent this message. So you have 50 people, and then from these 50 people, if you upgrade, and then you can identify, like from your 50 friends, you can identify, okay, who has an iPhone and who lives in this city at that moment. So maybe like from 50 people, you can identify like 5 or 3. So that's at least what you can do. You won't be able to identify ideally, but at least very narrow down the circle of friends. So that's what I would do. Just combine Pro subscription with Instagram analytics. But of course, if you're sharing in Instagram bio, it won't be possible to do it. Or if you're just sharing in some Facebook group, it would be super hard because there is no that exact tracking as you have in Instagram stories. So that's the trick. If you share these links and attach it somewhere in your bio or something like that, it will be super hard to track that down. But if you attach it just to Instagram story, there is a very handy analytics in Instagram where you can check it out. So that's that. Additional idea I had, so you see these green icons, it means that I already replied to this message. So for fun, you can create a reply. So by creating a reply, you post additional story on Instagram and just reply to this message. And after that, maybe with this message, after you upgraded to Pro subscription, after you identified like on Instagram, so here are like probably 3-5 people who could have sent it because they have iPhone, they viewed the story, they're from this city. And then maybe you can just tag them in this reply or something, or just see their reaction. And if you reply on Instagram again and tag them, and there is a reaction or something, that can give you additional hint. So I'm just sharing my thoughts, like what would be some ways to get an idea. Of course, it's a long process. Of course, you can just reach out directly to your friends and just reach out to every of your friends and just send, did you send this? But you will never know it. So yeah, that's the fun part of this app actually, that it's really hard to identify, and Pro subscription just really gives you very, very generalistic hints, which in most cases won't help so much. So yeah, that's the idea. So yeah, I was just thinking, yeah, to sum it up, so share this only on Instagram stories, don't include in the bio, because on Instagram story you have analytics where you can see who have seen these stories. Then you can just limit to the number of that users. Then upgrade to Pro subscription for a week. You will be able to see from, for example, 30 people viewed your story. You will be able to know that these are only people who used an iPhone from this address. Then you will have, like, from 30 people, you will narrow it down to 5 or 3, for example. And then post a reply, see if there is any, like, some engagement or some from these 3 or 5 users. Maybe, yeah. So that's what I would do. I don't know. If you have any other suggestions, just leave it in the comments below. It would be quite helpful. Thank you for watching. Please put a like so more people can have fun with this app.